To disassemble this door, you always look around the door panel just to see where your screws are, click panels, handles. In this particular door, we only have 2 screws, one in the top of the handle, one in the bottom of the handle, and the one other screw is in the reflector. We did our research and apparently that's the screws that they are in this car. We grab a T30, put it, and then second one is in the bottom. So you grab your pry tool, slowly grab your panel tool, start from the bottom. The tweeter has 2 clips in the top and 1 plastic hole in the top holding it, and then of course the paracord. So unclip it, you pull it, that's how they attach it. So you just pull it up and remove it. The next thing is our wiring harness. Typically in some of the cars they have one plug that you unplug from the car side and everything comes out. And this one is definitely not the case. So grab your pry tool, carefully remove all the clips. After removing the clips, unclip your connection and then pull them out. This is just like a regular European car. There's no clip, you just gotta pull it out. But I like to remove it from the plastic because if you see they very sensitive, so if you're trying to pull it, sometimes they break. To avoid that, unclip it, remove it, and then clip it back in. Now our door panel is out.
Definitely one of the worst designs for a harness and a door panel that I've seen in a long time. There is no reason why you should have to take all that stuff apart. There should be a plug there. That's pitiful, man.
To remove our factory speaker, unclip the green plug in the top, grab a T20. The part that I hate about manufacturers, you have 3 screws and then you have one in the bottom that is an 8mm. Why would you do that? Grab your 8mm and then this one comes out. If you want to do some form of a sound treatment, definitely in this specific car you have to roll the window all the way up and remove the window. Panel comes out so you can do a full sound treatment in this one. We're not going to do that, we're just going to focus on the speaker.
Let's go take a look at this speaker on the bench and see what it is we are going to replace it with. For the mid bass in the door as well as the tweeter and the sail panel, we have the EV65 CFTs. If you've picked up on it, yeah, there's a lot of letters and numbers in these names. This is a front door Tesla specific mid-range component car speaker. Similar to the other speakers we've looked at, 50 watts power handling, 200 watts of peak power. Flipping it onto its side, impedance is 4 ohm, cutout diameter is 7.7 inches with a mounting depth of 1.2 inches and a frequency response of 65 hertz to 20,000. That's impressive. They also have product of DSP sound on it. I'm gonna hopefully ask them, like, is this a specific thing? Is this like what these are? I don't know yet. We'll find out as time goes on. Looking at the back of the box, sensitivity on these is 89 dBs, 1 watt, 1 meter. And other than that, it's all the same information we found so far. Let's open them up and see what they look like. One of the cool things I like about doing like these integration style speakers is that the packaging form will fit all of the old stuff that's coming out of the car. It's so fabulous because like a lot of the times we'll have these extra boxes and then we have all the speakers that we have to put on top of the boxes because they don't fit in the boxes, and this just reduces the amount of clutter we have while doing the install, because as we remove this, we'll put the factory one back in there, which is cool. But speaking of factory, this is anything but factory. Let me just, ooh, look at that. This has that same blue black cone, gives that, there again, if nothing else, these are some sexy looking speakers. It looks like factory. It's definitely very nice. Got the fast ring style foam, which the factory does have. Let's just compare it to the factory. This guy right here. Paper cone, rubber surround, foam to attach to the door, plastic basket, flipping it over, neo magnet. It's very Toyota looking. This reminds me of a lot of a Toyota and or like a Volkswagen. The one nice thing about it, as you saw, we didn't have to drill these things out. They actually use screws. Oh, great idea. The other thing too that you may notice is there's a slight taper. It's skinny here, it's fat here where the plug plugs in. Now looking at our new Alpine speaker, same taper, skinny here, pad here where the plug plugs in. That's right. Flipping it over. This, now we don't have a neo magnet. We've gone to a standard style magnet. This is a much heavier speaker, higher power handling. Steel basket on the back side. Even though this is a composite material for the mount, the speaker is not made of composite. So this is actually two pieces attached to one another. As you can see here, there's 4 screw holes. So this driver can act as a standalone driver. Maybe Alpine will come out with them as a standalone driver at some point. That would be cool if they sound good. It does have a standard speaker terminal on it that these are soldered to, which is nice. And since we have this here, we can rotate this guy until we figure out where it goes, like this. And there we go. Speaker's back in the box. But we still have more speakers in here. We have the Alpine tweeters that are made to go into the factory location. Let's take a look at them and compare them to what we're replacing. This is the factory tweeter. These are unique. Like, there's a couple manufacturers do this where you have like the big, almost like a surround roll in here that goes to a much smaller 1/2-inch dome in the center. Cool little Momo style grill that goes over the front of it. A lot of the times this has some acoustic benefit. On the back side, little tiny magnet, and then this rope. Alpine tweeter is shaped very similar, but now we go to the full 1-inch cloth tweeter. Plugs in. It has provision for a capacitor. In this particular application, it must not need it. This is the factory sail panel that it is going to go into. The whole panel is covered in grill cloth. This is designed to snap into place like this. This will go in the exact same way, and it just snaps into place the same way the factory did. I like that. It's nice and tight in there. That's done. Throw this back in the box. As far as the rest of this, there's nothing else in this box that we need. There's no passive crossovers or anything like that in here. There's no cables or nothing. One of the things we have to do to these door panels is add some sound treatment to the panel, and a little bit like Fernando said, to the car itself. Fernando's got that done. Let's take a look at it. This is the Dynamat Superlight. It's real easy to work with. It's not the thickest stuff in the world. That's why we put a lot of it on the door panel to make this door panel a lot more rigid. One of the cool things too about this is that because you have to remove this to get the plugs all undone, it's easy to take on and off, unlike most cars where it's not, where you like glue it in and stuff. They don't glue their cover on, and we're gonna keep it because we want all the sound treatment we can. Yeah, you really got in there, man. Good job.
Yeah. Same in the door.
Let's go take a look. Yeah, so this is very rigid plastic, so it's not like it needs a ton of it here, but we put it on there anyways because it is plastic. And then
I put a piece behind here.
Yeah, so that doesn't vibrate.
So that doesn't vibrate.
Very nice. Now all we have to do is put the door on in reverse order, and we can move on to the rear doors and get those done.